Hello there. Well, as you can see, we're down in Jamesons. It's Saturday afternoon and we're looking forward to yet another dry weekend. Not a lot of fun, and not a lot of fun for the publicans, but nonetheless we strive on. And we're here today for something a little bit special that's happened, and you might not think it's that special, but it is in a sense. This window has just been made specifically for Jamesons. For those of you who come here, this was a pretty awful piece of glass before with red and yellow squares around the outside. And landlord, Kim the landlord, he hated it, absolutely hated it from day one. And he's been badgering this man for the last few months to try and get it upgraded. And over the last few days, we've done that, and it's been installed today. This is Steve. Steve, how are you?
Fine, thanks. Good. Nice to get something finished and cut the rest of the day off.
Sure. Now it's very nice. I mean, it's just a simple piece of glass, but it's not, is it?
Well, this piece of glass, which is hard to see in this light exactly, is made with all hand-cut bevels and special bonding techniques, and it's pretty much the best we can do for our old friend Kim, which is here somewhere.
So you had, I mean, it must be quite strange. I mean, I know that you're involved in making sort of very large projects, which you can maybe talk about in a moment, but here you had a specific space to work with. You almost had like a brief, but then a bit of freedom to do what you wanted with it. Did Kim give you the logos? How do you kind of go around the whole process?
Well, this was an unusual case where Kim just said, please do something as nice as you can do, and I'll leave it completely up to you. And that's what we ran with. And that's always a little bit of an extra challenge, you know, because it's really not approved before we do it. So it's better be good, you know, it's better be more than anyone expects.
You could have turned up and he could have said he hated it.
Well, it was definitely a surprise, and in this case, a good surprise for him. Yeah, and yeah, this is well, we've seen the old window so many times, and it was really quite a disaster, to be honest with you. So this was an upgrade we knew would be appreciated. It wouldn't, you know, we didn't have to go through too many elaborate design presentations. We just did it well on the first go. Yeah.
Because it's a bit of a focal point here in Jamesons, because this is the boss's table, this is Kim's table, and this is where Kim and his cronies put the world to rights, including myself on occasion. But so the focal point as you come through the bar is always here, so it's great that you've done it. How long does it take to make something like this?
Well, we've worked the past 4 days on it, and we have a little bit of a break in our work schedule, so I had 4 of my best 8 guys, and I kept a close eye on them because we don't usually do this kind of thing. This is an unusual technique for us. So we enjoyed doing it, and it took us 4 days to produce it.
And what kind of, what would the cost be involved with something like this, just to give our viewers an idea?
This is,
I mean, this is a one-off, obviously.
Right. Usually we try to calculate our costs based on time and materials roughly, but when we spend 4 full days to do something that isn't that large, it's hard to put more than a friendly price on it. You know, this is a unusual situation for old friends. It was really a labor of love more than a labor of labor for profit. So in fact, this is priceless, this window. There's no price. We're not putting a price on this for Kim.
Now, what kind of work is it that you normally do? I mean, because you've been doing this for how many years?
Oh, 35 years. There's a long effort, and we use so many different glass techniques and primarily produce glass for hotel lobbies, corporate lobbies, corporate plazas, some casinos, and we export our work all over the world.
I was going to say, because you're based in Pattaya, but it's a global business.
That's right, and we just recently finished 2 projects in USA, doing a current project in Singapore and in India, and we've worked throughout Asia, primarily throughout Asia, and the occasional Europe and USA projects. Yeah.
Now, you said that this was a kind of personal favour to Kim, but I overheard you also saying to Kim that you're going to be doing a little project for Woody for the Care for Kids Jesters auction.
Yes, that's right. Previously, we've contributed some work to their auction to raise money for charity. And the other day I was meeting with Steve Graham from ESC, who asked if we could produce something, if he could commission us to make something for the auction. And Steve Graham being an old friend as well, I offered that we would do a joint venture. He and I would join our resources, him contributing a bit of money and me contributing our time to produce something for the auction. Because, we love to support the Jesters group. They do a great effort for charity. It's very commendable. We're happy to be a part of it. So Steve Graham and I will be doing that together.
But we don't know what it is yet.
No, but it will be something fairly usable. It won't be too exotic and large. It will be something very nice and specialized for the auction. Yep.
Well, a few months ago I interviewed Casino Steel and Long John Plain, and they signed their new CD, which is on the auction site. If you just go to Jamesons, type in Jamesons Patio in Google, you'll go straight to the Jamesons website, and you can go onto the auction site for the items. And in a few months then this new thing that you're talking about will be on there. The dates are also on there for the children's fair and for the pub night, which is a week later. I think it's the 13th and 20th off the top of my head, but check the website. And if you want to get in touch with this man, if you're interested in the kind of work that he does, as you can see, it's very beautiful. His website is on the screen now. Thank you very much, Steve.
You're welcome, Paul. Thank you.
You're a good man, and it's great stuff, and it'll be nice to look at this, but unfortunately I'll still have to look at the landlord's face. And speaking about the landlord, I think I better just see what he thinks of this new window. Okay, stay tuned.